A very warm welcome and good morning to all of you, respected parents and dear students. On behalf of the university and my team, I welcome you all for today's session. We would have exchanged emails, WhatsApp messages, conversations. I'm the Director of Admissions, Vikram Singh Tomar. So you can recall me now. Who was he? Correct? This is a very important session for all of you today because many of you have already filled up the application, got the offer letter from us, and I feel it is very, very important for you to understand what vision and mission we carry because you are our future ambassadors. You all have certain dreams, correct? So do we. And if we had a dream, it has to be fulfilled by our students. So it is very, very important that we should know what are your aspirations, correct? We should know what are your strengths, what are the areas of improvement, because the moment you decide to join us, you become our responsibility also. Am I right? More the options, more is the confusion. And I think all the parents can correlate what I am trying to say. Of course, you also can correlate because it's never easy for any student to decide what to do after class 12th. I have been in education for 20 years now. Let me give you a small background about myself. I'm basically from Dehradun, born and brought up over there. I graduated in 2000. Completed masters in 2003, and then I started my professional journey with ICFI Business School, Hyderabad. I was there for 5.5 years, and after completing 5.5 years of journey there, I moved to another university, which is called as UPES in Dehradun itself, University of Petroleum. I was there for 8 years, and in December 2015, I joined OP Jindal University. And then I launched the BBA Honors Specialization over here. I expect many of you as students would have done your research by now. But to give you a background of this institution, it is very, very important so that when you go back today from here, you know in what direction you are heading, okay? I myself took 2 years' time to decide to be here. Because I am the face of the institution and I am not selling any product like a mobile phone or anything. We are here to make future. Because the place where you are sitting, I was sitting way back in 97 when I passed out 12th. You all must be 2003 or 4 born, right? But my connect with the students and parent is very different. When I say my connect, I always believe in telling you where the future lies. And as a student, what you should worry for and what you should not worry at all. When we grew up, we were always made to believe, and still it happens in India, you all parents would also agree, a student is being branded by their 10th and 12th marks. When I passed out 10th in 95, anybody who used to get above 75%, that was the area, you have to take PCM. That was the mindset. If you are taking commerce, you have to take commerce with maths. So how many of you are commerce without maths? Boldly raise your hand. यही डर अंदर से निकालना है. It's not a crime what you have done. So can I have the hands? How many of you have taken maths with commerce in 12th? Once again, I want to just see. Okay. How many of you have studied maths out of your wish? Be honest. I can look at your faces and I can tell you, it is 20 years of experience. And you don't have to look back to your parents because they are just seeing your backside. Okay? You know, that is what I don't want now to proceed further, because now is the time when you have to take a very conscious decision what I am doing, why I am doing. This year, with the national education policy in place, you already are aware that the honors degree is for 4 years. Am I right? Gone are the days when with a bachelor, either in management domain, you cannot think of a job. There are opportunities even for a BBA graduate. But you need to understand how you have to build your profile in the next 4 years. You all have certain areas of improvement. But if we have shortlisted you, we are confident that you fit in our expectations. Okay? But I always keep on saying, what brought you here will not take you there. You are the brand ambassadors. Your parents are only responsible for paying the fees. They cannot do anything beyond that. Whether you study in Jindal, whether you study elsewhere, I, as an institution, can only give you good faculty, updated curriculum, industry connect, a good environment. That's it. And if you are committed, if you are consistent for the next 4 years of your life, I can guarantee you, you have a happy life for the next 50 years. But these 4 years are very, very crucial. We don't want our students to be bookworms. You don't have to, and you all have been made to sit in the front because of a reason. I'll tell you later on. But I personally feel that where is it written that if a student has got 70% or 75 or 80, it is the end of the life? Can't he do better? Why are we still going in that 16th, 17th century thinking that only the 10th and 12th marks are a determinant for my success? I interact with at least 50,000 students and parents every year. And I keep on asking a student, are you happy? A student is not happy even with 97%. Somebody is not happy with 90%. Out of 6 subjects, in 5 subjects, a person has got above 90 or 95, and in one subject if it is 80, so the entire concentration is on 80. Why don't we enjoy? Where are we going? We have to talk and find out the answer ourselves. I'm not saying marks are not important. And everybody, including me, I tell you about myself. So I come from an ICSE background. And coming from Dehradun, Dehradun is known for 2 things. One is schools, and second is IMA, Indian Military Academy. Every boy, when he gets into 6th or 7th, he only sees that dress and he grows with that. Have you attended a marriage? है ना? वो बारात में वो घोड़ी को देखा ना, उसके ऐसे लगा देते हैं. You don't have to look here and there. So we always grew like that in our school life. And I feel it was good because less options, less confusion. When I was in class 12th, I went up to my maths teacher. I'm a commerce background student. I went to my maths teacher, and by the way, this is not a story. This is a fact. Class chal rahi hai. After that class, I went to my teacher. Her name was Mrs. Henvey. I still remember. She was an Anglo-Indian. And I asked, ma'am, I have a doubt. She said, Vikram, which topic? Because I was not carrying a book with me. And I was waiting कि मैम से जो भी बात करनी है मैं क्लास के बाहर करूं. And I followed her. मैं कहा, मैम, can I talk to you? I have a doubt. Yes, Vikram, I asked you. Which topic? And this is happening in January, by the way. And she is moving towards the staff room. We entered the staff room, and you know how a staff room is, so many teachers are sitting over there. And eventually, I was getting more nervous. My accounts teacher was sitting, my economics teacher was sitting, teachers from 9th, 10th, because I studied in that school right from KG. And by the way, I was a very good boy. I was not 90 percentiler, but I was very good. I was never involved in any kind of a messy thing. And I asked my teacher, ma'am, I just need 10 seconds. Baba, I am telling you, na, tell me, what do you want? I said, ma'am, I want to leave maths. And you imagine it is January. She looked at me. She said, go back to your class. And rest of the class is now thinking, where has he gone? Because the period has started. He went with the maths teacher and he hasn't come for 10 minutes. Kya ho raha hai? That happens with all of us. Correct? I entered with a long face. And after 2 periods, the vice principal of his security guard came to the class and said, Vikram Singh Tomar. I said like this. आपको Mr. Shepherd ने बुलाया है. Vice principal. And you can imagine as students, 12th class में, everybody is thinking, what has he done? I went, my teacher was standing over there, and she gazed at me like this. Sir, you please ask him. He has gone out of senses. And my vice principal, Anglo-Indian again, 6 feet tall. And you imagine me, a poor chap, class 12 student. Look at my personality. Half fainted. He said, Vikram, what happened? I said, sir, I'm not finding maths interesting. I want to leave it and I want to take Hindi. एक ICSE के बच्चे के लिए हिंदी एक सबसे बड़ा नाइटमेयर होता है. I'm telling you honestly. And then he said, call your dad tomorrow morning. Again, it was a stressful situation. How will I tell my dad? You have been called by the principal. I cut short story. My father went. I have to convince my mom because boys are more close to moms. Daughters are more close to father. I asked my mom, Mummy, Papa को आप थोड़ा सा बताओ ना ये चीज. And she explained, tried to explain. My father did not talk to me. My father had a bullet. So we drove on a bullet. I used to go on a bus. That day he drove to me. We reached the principal office. The vice principal is also sitting. And he asked me, why do you want to leave it? Do you have a phobia? I go, no sir, I don't have a phobia of maths. But I don't find it interesting why I am studying calculus and trigonometry, because these are some things which have to be taught in engineering. Either I want to join NDA, and for that I need class 10th level maths, or I will do MBA, where I need to study statistics. Because the curriculum was very outdated that time. I changed. I had only 15 days of January, February. From 3rd of March, my board paper started. So with this example, what I want to tell you, all of you, is our subjects determine somewhere or the other our career paths. Merely by taking PCM, everybody will not become a good engineer. Merely by taking accounts, it doesn't mean that I have to become a chartered accountant. Correct? It is very easy and a very tough situation for a 16, 17-year child to decide what I want to do. For the last 4 years, I have been doing a research in the education and I have found a very depressing situation. The depressing situation is nowadays 90% of the students across India, they are not choosing a course. They choose a college and then they change their course choice. This is bad. And many of you are in the same category. I'm not saying don't apply, but can you compare an apple with an orange? Should you be eating an orange without peeling it like an apple? Education is like that. If I join this college, if I'm joining Jindal, I will take this. If I'm joining X, I will take this. If I'm joining Y, I will take this. This is not the right approach. Please don't do it because this will not give you any positive outcome. Don't do it. It is very, very important. Choose a college. But when you choose a college, what do you look into it? What do you look into it? How many of you have already been selected and have got an offer letter from Jindal? Oh, many of you. I'll ask you one question. And you would have given multiple interviews by now. You are planning to give multiple interviews, correct? Did you find anything different in the Jindal interview or selection process versus somewhere else? Did you notice something which was very different, which you never thought as a student or a parent about something? Tell me, did you notice? All, yes.
So I noticed that Jindal was asking a lot more about yourself and like your interests and your background compared to other colleges selection process.
Okay. Was it good or bad? Okay. So since many of you have taken the interview process, how was the interview process at Jindal? Was it tough? Was it something very, very open, candid conversation kind of a thing? Was it more of academic related thing? Or was it more of exploring who you are, what you want to do? What was it? Was it the first case or the second case? तो बोलो ना यार, डर क्यों रहे हो? Second. You know, in life, the second toughest question and the situation is when a teacher asks a question and he looks at us. And it happens with everybody in school. If your teacher asks a question, generally what used to happen with me, at one point of time, I started looking for the corners. And with such a deep thinking that I'm totally engrossed. But at the back of my mind, it was only one thing, ma'am का और मेरा eye contact ना हो जाए. गलती से ma'am ये ना कहते, yes you. It happens with all of you in school, correct? But you can't do all these things professionally as you grow up. You have to come out of that fear. What is stopping you? What is stopping you? And that is education. It is very easy to sit and listen, by the way, on that side. All of you come from top schools of the country. But if I ask you to stand over here with this mic on this podium, half of you will have butterflies in your stomach. What is the use of that 90% then? Why should I judge you by that only? And if a child who is with 60 or 70 or 75 is able to clearly articulate his or her thoughts, explain, isn't it much better? Why should I follow the age-old practices of my selection process? If I have to select a candidate, why do I need 20 minutes? Either you have it or you don't have it. Simple. And that can be evaluated in 5-10 minutes. If you are a science student, many of you, if you are a science student, you would be thinking, oh my God, I haven't studied accounts, economics. मेरे से कहीं बैलेंस शीट से रिलेटेड कुछ पूछ लिया तो क्या होगा? आया था ये थॉट दिमाग में? Yes or no? I am a humanities student. What will I do? And all of you who are sitting over here, before your interview, you had your interviewer profile in your email? Yes or no? You knew who is going to take your interview? Did it help you anywhere in removing those stress levels or bringing them down? Yes or no? That's my innovation. That I learned when I was sitting like you as a student, and on the other side, why a child gets nervous at the last hour. Because he or she is bombarded with thoughts. यार मेरा इंटरव्यू कौन लेगा? कितने लोग होंगे? क्या पूछेंगे? ओ माय गॉड, मैं तो साइंस का हूँ, मेरे तो अकाउंट्स में कम नंबर आए हैं, कहीं मेरे से यही पूछ लिया क्योंकि इन्होंने मेरे से मेरी 12th की मार्कशीट मांगी थी. Please pardon me if I speak in Hindi also. I want to just connect with them. Am I right? These thoughts come to us. And before your interview, many of you would have got a personal WhatsApp message also. It was from me. I personally take out time out of my 24 hours, just 24 hours, to send you that message. How many of you have read that message? Many of you. Did you find it helpful in any ways? That is my experience to connect with my students and help them understand what is the expectation on the other side. And it is not that if you have to join Jindal, it will help you there. It would have helped you everywhere. Any interview you give. That makes us global. That makes us different. Because this university where you are sitting today is among top 700 universities of the world. You should be proud of it. You are not sitting in an institution where you don't know where the past was, where the future is. A week before, last Tuesday itself, one of our students from MA Diplomacy and Business, who is passing out this year, she has got 43 rank in UPSC and she has qualified for the Indian Foreign Services. 22-year girl graduating this year has got this. This is Jindal. Spread your wings. We are there to take care of you because you are our ambassadors. We will take this session forward, and I would request my colleagues, Professor Sonam Chawla, who is the program head of the BBA Honors, Professor Minakshi, and Professor Sahana, along with my colleague, Mr. V.N. Mohan, who heads the Office of Careers. Please. The only difference between you and us is at one point of our career, we were like you. The average age of faculty in Jindal is 35, 38 years. And by the way, the connect what they can make with you and understand, it is very tough for a 50+ year person. This is how the young faculty leaves an impact on the student. You need to do bit of more research. Why Jindal? Why Jindal? Because when you decide to be here, either you have aspiration for a master's from any top 200, 300 university, you have to work accordingly. If you aspire that after completing my BBA, I want to start up something of my own, then you have to act differently. Correct? If you want that after completing my BBA, I want to take up an entry level job in a good place where I can learn, then you have to act differently. Not every shoe will fit everyone, we all understand. So this is a ground where you will fall, but you will not get hurt. Because corporate sector is very harsh. All of the parents who are sitting over there, you would understand that everybody has an expectation, right? And it's the question of matching that expectation. And we don't judge you by your 10th and 12th marks only. You know your 12th marks. I don't want to dig it. Go ahead, think differently. As the director of admission, I personally feel most important part in the grooming of a student life is diversity. Who is sitting with me on my left and right for the next 3 years, 4 years will play a lot of role to shape my career, to shape and develop my thinking. And that is why the class of BBA or the integrated BBA or anywhere, it comes from 26, 27 different states of the country. The next 2 days, today and tomorrow, I am flooded. I'll be speaking like this right from morning to evening. In the afternoon, I have an open house of family business. Tomorrow morning, I have an open house of business analytics. Tomorrow afternoon, I have 2 open house of integrated BBA, MBA and financial markets. And why am I doing it? Just to help you understand what I expect from you and also listen what are your dreams. There are certain clear do's and don'ts. Your parents are investing a lot of money. It's not easy to come and study in this university. You are privileged. Don't let that money go waste. It's my humble request. And when I say waste, what I mean is, you can take this much from here. You have some success stories of students who have already been doing it. Aspire for something higher. Aspire for something better. And we are there to support you. We are always there to support you. कोई चीज नहीं समझ में आ रही है, don't worry. Come once, come twice, thrice, 10 times. We are here to correct you. But if you take a confusion back to your hostel room, that is not right. Many parents, they ask me, sir, what about tuitions? Oh, what tuitions? Why do you need it? When we have got such fabulous faculty, what do you need? So please ensure that dreams should be bigger. But have a dream with an open eye. Is it clear? We will take the session forward. I would first invite my colleague Sonam to share the curriculum part of the BBA Honours, because now with the National Education Policy, as the curriculum has already been shared with many of you, there are many changes which have already happened. So the first question of 3 years, like many parents asked me, sir, can we take an exit after 3 years? Yes, you can take an exit after 3 years. But what will a 4th year student gain, which one will lose? That is important to know. And you don't have to take that decision right now. Is it clear? So now we will have a very comprehensive session where you first understand, and then we will have a Q&A round. We will have small sessions where all of them will be telling something or the other about their department, what they do, why they do, what is the logic behind it, and then we will converse. Okay? Do you need to switch off the light from there? Taran, can you please check it? Because I think these 2 rows, the first 2 rows, or maybe you can switch off all. But please don't go for sleep. That's the human tendency. Light band hui aur aankhein band. That side also. Sonam, you may please start.
Hi, good morning everyone. Good morning to the parents and good morning to the students or our would-be students. So I'm Sonam. I look after the BBA program and I'll just give you an overview of the academic and the intellectual adventure that you may decide to take up with us. So I will be covering the curriculum. And how I'm going to do that is I'll take you through the why of the curriculum. The curriculum is in place because of certain reason. There's been a thought behind the curriculum that we have. What is there exactly and how do we do it? The how is also very important, and I think the how also distinguishes us from a lot, or I would say all the other, business schools in the country or even abroad. Okay, so I'll start with the why first. I'll start with a very quintessential question that all of you would have been asked in your interviews, and I'm sure the parents would have also given the answer to that a lot of times in their lives. So where do you see yourself, professionally? Okay, only professionally, say 4 to 5 years from now. Any answers? You can just, feel free to answer. Our classes, our discussions in the campus, nobody's right, nobody judges you. There is an answer to everything, and nothing is right and wrong. So if I can ask you, where do you see yourself? What do you want to do after 4 or 5 years? You've not decided. Okay, that's also fine. Okay, what about you? Any idea? Anybody who has an idea that what do you want to do 4 to 5 years from now? All the students here. Or I'll tell Mr. Vikram to put it as a selection criteria if you don't have an answer to this. Anything. What have you decided? Have you decided to pursue further studies? Have you decided to start up on your own? Or are there any other plans? What have you decided? Yeah. Okay, so you want to work for some time, you want to do an internship, and then you want to work after that. Great. What's your name? Shreya. Thank you, Shreya. Anyone else? Yeah. Okay. Lovely, brilliant. What's your name? Ria. Dia. Okay, great, Dia. So Dia wants to create jobs, Dia wants to start up. Okay, great. Anyone else? Anyone else? What do you want to do? 4 to 5 years. Any vague idea? It might change. I'll not hold it against you after 4 years that you said that it's not happening. What is your plan? How many of you want to study further? Raising hand is easier, I think. Okay. And how many of you want to start up?
You don't have to look left and right.
It's your own decision, your own life. Come on. Brilliant. Okay. Okay, so now I want you, are you carrying your mobile phones by any chance? Yes?
This is something I think they would be first keeping before anything else.
Okay, okay, great. Take out your phones for a minute, only for a minute, and just type in the browser menti.com.
Do it fast, like you do on Insta.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be very fast with this. Okay. Okay, just type in, what do you think is the most important skill that you would need 4 to 5 years from now? What is that most important one thing that comes to your mind that ये चाहिए होगा अगर ये करना है तो I would need to acquire this skill. Type in, and these are anonymous, so your name doesn't come in, don't worry. Great. Creativity, empathy, communication, team spirit. Wow. We already have managers. Fluency. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So I'll keep this open for another 15 seconds. Hurry up and type in your answers. Working with people. Communication. Meenakshi, you already have a class here, communication, okay. Okay, great. So, so while it's still building up, I can clearly see some trends and patterns. One is obviously communication. So I think we don't even need to tell you how important communication is, how important leadership is, how important empathy is, and how important confidence is. Great. Time management, critical thinking skills, very, very important. Great. So why I did this was, I'm still answering the why part of the curriculum, that why do we have this curriculum? Okay. Great. So this gets me to this slide. These are the most in-demand skills, and most of you have mentioned most of the skills which are in demand today and would be in demand for the next 4 or 5 years. There would be, few coming and going, new adding up. But this is not what I am saying. This is not what you are saying. This is what reports, researchers are saying, right? So these are some of the most important skills that would be required now and in the next 4 to 5 years, okay? Okay, so that was the why part of it. I'll link it to the what part of it now. Okay, so I'll give you the program overview. I'll start with, some of the things which I think are very distinguishable features of the BBA Honors Program at Jindal Global Business School. So obviously, Vikram has told you that it's a 4-year course. It's in line with NEP. And, with that, it becomes very wholesome. It is also very flexible. We offer specializations in marketing, in finance, in human resource, and entrepreneurship. You'll understand more of it as I tell you, what exactly happens, if you want to specialize, how do you specialize? And I think the last point, multidisciplinary. I had always felt, during my times that commerce ली है तो सिर्फ commerce ही क्यों पढ़ना है? What, can't I be exposed to other subjects like psychology, philosophy? I'll get to know more of those, and then I take a call that what do I have to do? Anyway, you are lucky that you will, if you plan to join and if you are selected, you'll be in an ecosystem where you'll have options by the virtue of being, this business school in a university setup where you have a lot of schools, right, from psychology, from law, to behavioral sciences, offering different courses, which you can opt, obviously after, a few semesters. And in our curriculum also, we have very carefully curated it to be multidisciplinary, right? Business is not only reading balance sheets. Business is not only about profit and losses. Business is much more than that. Okay, so before I, go deeper, there'll be few terminologies which would be a little new to you. You might be aware of them, I don't know, but might be a little new to you as students coming right out of school. One is credits. Okay, so credits is like a point system which you keep accumulating as you clear every course. Okay, so every course gives you certain credits, and you need to have a certain number of credits to clear this, or to to clear this degree, or to clear this course. So that's credits. And so one credit is, so every course is of 3 credits. 3 credits typically, usually means 30 sessions, plus minus 1, depending on, what are the days and things like that. And every session is for 1.5 hours. So you have another 2 terms that you would again, see me or hear me saying is core courses, elective courses, core courses, elective courses. So core courses are basically your fundamental or foundation courses which you have to go through. All of you will go through core courses. Elective courses are courses which you would opt for, right? Which you would like to opt for. And that's how, you would choose from different schools and from your own school. Okay, so that's the core and elective of it. Okay, so I'll talk about the curriculum now. Now, see, our academic year is divided into 2 semesters, the fall semester and the spring semester. We start with the fall semester in August, and we typically start with the spring semester in February. So semester 1 is the fall semester. So when I refer to semester 1 here, it would be the fall semester. Semester 2 would be the spring semester. Similarly, semester 3 becomes fall and then spring and so on. So these are all, things that you would come to know once you are apart, but just, I would be using these terms so you should know. Okay. So these are subjects, a lot of subjects on board, don't get hassled. I'm going to pick up only a few subjects. Now, I am also privy to curriculum of a lot of other B schools, a lot of other universities. Let me tell you, the courses that I'm going to tell you right now are mostly, I can safely say that mostly not a part of a curriculum of, these universities. And I'll tell you why they should be a part of, a business curriculum. So the first semester, you can see a written analysis of communication and understanding of human behavior. Now, you all yourself said how important communication is, right? It is both written and verbal, right? And we have, we've not just for the sake of it put one subject called business communication, no. We have very carefully, very consciously divided it into written analysis and verbal analysis. So before entering, me and Professor Meenakshi and Professor Sana were having a word that, how important it is for our students to, communicate effectively, be it in a written format or in a verbal format. So in this era of, connecting across boundaries, how important communication becomes, right? So we have a communication stalwart and expert, Professor Meenakshi, sitting here. So, she, when she comes to, teach you, or if she, definitely interact with you sometime, she'll tell you, that how important communication is. Understanding human behavior. Most of the, BBA curriculums would have a people management subject, human resource management subject. Very few courses would have understanding human behavior. We work with human beings all the time. It's not only managing them, it's also understanding them, It's also understanding different personalities, how each one of us is different, and it's okay to be different, but also acknowledging the differences, right? So this course also, I think, is very special, very, very unique, and you'll really enjoy this course. In the second semester, again, I told you about the verbal analysis of communication. And I think the most interesting subject, which I find in the whole course, is philosophy of business, okay? And we have another philosophy expert, Professor Sahana, sitting here. Philosophy of business, a lot of you would think, what has philosophy to do with business? Philosophy has everything to do with business, or philosophy has everything to do with your whole life, every day. What is philosophy? I'm not an expert, so, Sahana will, Sahana, don't hold anything against me if I, so philosophy is when you question your own beliefs, right? You do that every day. Philosophy is when you use your value system to take decisions every day, right? So philosophy of business puts all that in perspective and all that into context of business. Trust me, it's one of the most loved subjects, loved courses by the students. And it gives them, and it also opens their mind immensely while studying business. Okay. In the third and fourth semester, there is critical thinking and analysis. As a lot of you said, how important it becomes. Then there's social environment for business. Social environment for business would basically talk about the culture, the institutions, of any place, of any, any place where you are operating. That's also very important. You don't exist in isolation. So that is there. Then there is, this data visualization with Tableau. I think I missed introduction to R in the second semester. It's a programming language. We all understand how important data analysis, data has become. Similarly, data visualization also is, how do you present your data? That also is equally important. Then you have business ethics and CSR, and we have design thinking and innovation. Now, design thinking and innovation, again, is a very interesting subject. Design thinking is basically, I think a lot of you would know, it's how you solve a problem. So design thinking focuses on the solution more than the problem, right? So it's a different way of approaching a problem, finding solutions, and I think you people equipped with this, you can do wonders with a lot of things, and a lot of you who decide to take up consulting as a career as well. Okay, this is the most interesting part. In the third and fourth semester, that's essentially your second year, we introduce the concept of cross-listed electives. Electives, you understand now, cross-listed is we give you the opportunity to opt for electives from other schools. I'll show you, some of, very interesting electives list from other schools as well, so you'll understand that. Okay. So coming to semester 5, 6, 7, and 8. So in semester 5, we have, again, very interesting subject of blockchain and AI. We all are aware of AI, how it is changing every day. You open LinkedIn and it's all, filled with generative AI and, I don't have to say anything about it. Again, blockchain as a concept is gaining popularity, is becoming very essential in running businesses. In the sixth semester, you have a capstone simulation where we bring together all that you have learned, to application. So you'll be given an end-to-end project, so it'll actually simulate it in a real-time environment of whatever you have learned. Then we have business research methods. How do you do research? What's the, proper way of going about researching something? Okay, semester 7 and 8, I think the most interesting semesters, where you will get to choose electives from your own school as well as from other schools, right? From your own business schools, you will be offered electives in different areas. I'll just, so some of the electives, these are electives that are currently offered. Now, our elective list is also changed, upgraded, updated according to the changes in the environment. What does the industry require, or what specializations would you like to do, in your higher education? What is trending, what is essential? So these get upgraded. As of now, you can see, in marketing, we have digital marketing, we have AI in marketing, we have something called services marketing, we have sustainable marketing. Then, so in these electives, you dig deeper, right? So you would have learned the foundations of marketing, you would dig deeper and extend your knowledge further in these areas. In finance, you have behavioral finance, you have art of investing in stocks. In human resources, something like diversity, inclusion. Then you have HR analytics. In entrepreneurship, again, we have specialized courses. So I have mentioned social entrepreneurship and innovation. There are few more I just picked up, which are a few notable ones. Okay, so these are some of the cross-listed electives which are offered. This is not an exhaustive list. These are some of the electives which you may decide to pick. For example, somebody is interested in pursuing a career in pharmacy. You can pick up, something like drugs and pharmaceutical regulations in India. Somebody who's interested in climate change, you can pick up climate change law. Somebody who wants to, consult in HR, you can pick up psychological testing. So all of these electives are offered by other schools. So you can pick up, obviously there's a certain cap to it, which, again, are the nitty-gritties of, which we'll come to later. Okay, so that was the what part of it. Thoda sa, I mean, there's an overdose of it, I understand, but I think I still feel that you will go back with some sense as to what do we do exactly. Now the how part of it, which I think is also equally important in developing all those skills that we spoke about. Our pedagogy is very unique. I mean, you will also take time to transition into this pedagogy from your school, and we understand that, but you will also start loving it and enjoying it equally. So some of the ways that we, like to teach, a lot of it is, case-based. So when I say case studies, what happens in case studies is, it's a real-life case or a problem that a company would have faced, and that is brought to the class in different subjects. You use your concepts to solve those cases, right? So again, it gives you a simulated experience. Then you have role plays, you have group activities, you would keep having project presentations from time to time. Okay, so, these are very recent pictures of, how things are taught in class. So this is basically a philosophy skit, which is going on. And so this particular skit was about ethics and CSR. So I thought I'll get this here to, give you a feel of how does it actually happen. Similarly, these presentations and discussions in class. Okay, so beyond curriculum, obviously my friend Professor Meenakshi would talk about. I'll just touch upon a few things, which I think Mr. Vikram also spoke about. The first thing that I want to talk about is diversity in our class. So as Mr. Vikram rightly pointed out, it is very important to, study in a diverse, or, stay or be cognizant to the fact that you're surrounded by diverse people. And when we say diversity, we mean diversity in a lot of ways in terms of, where they come from, the kind of subjects that they have taken. So that is also taken care of. And, as a faculty, I can tell you the kind of discussions it generates in the class is very enriching for me as a faculty as well. Okay. I understand all of you are passing out of school and, you're looking forward to the freedom that you're going to get. We respect you. We respect your freedom. We respect that, you are adults. But we put some guardrails, okay? I'm not saying rules and regulation, but we put some guardrails, okay? So that we ensure that you are on the right track, okay? You're not tripping here and there, so we ensure. So there's certain class decorum that we stand by, is sacrosanct at JGBS, and I think you can ask your seniors also. One is obviously the class timings. We are very particular about it, because time is something that you start taking very seriously in life. The other is attendance in class. There is a certain attendance percentage that you need to maintain. Otherwise, you would not be allowed to sit for your end term examinations. And we mean it very seriously, right?
Write it down.
This is very important, okay? So as I said, we respect you are adults, you will take the right decisions, but we also have to ensure that you don't fall, you don't trip, and that's why these guardrails. Okay, this is one point that I want to make, that our classroom are safe spaces. What do you mean by safe spaces? That as a faculty instructor, as a student, you are free to voice your opinion in a certain manner. Obviously there is no, there's nothing unpleasant about anything that you say or the faculty say, but it applies equally to both the sides. We have a very congenial environment in the classes. I can vouch for you, for the whole faculty here, very approachable. You can go to them 10 times. They'll be upset that you don't come to them. They'll be more than happy that you have come to them more than 10 times. Trust me, and I'm not saying this, I've seen this over years here. Okay, so that was from my side. I think we will be open to questions. I just, wanted to end by saying something that, see, you're likely to, live 60 to 70 years after you pass out of JGU, right? And that's quite a large number of years, right? And I can tell you that I can very confidently say that here, I think we will ensure and we will train you for educating yourself broadly across the range of human interests and endeavors, and so that you're ready to face the next 70 years, and embrace any change or anything that you face in life. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonam. So the the word global, you're not studying in a B school where you are only studying accounts, economics, business studies. There are more than 300 cross electives which you can take either from law, from public policy, from liberal arts, from banking and finance. Maybe some of you are thinking that I want to do something in the field of HR, correct? So you might be only studying the subjects which are related to employee, joining, hiring an employee, correct? But we all are right now going with a very important term in the corporate sector, which is called as harassment, or maybe sexual harassment at workplace. It's very important for a manager, an HR manager, to know what is the legal definition of sexual harassment. So you can take an elective subject from Jindal Global Law School which deals into sexual harassment laws at workplace. You may be pursuing a career in finance, correct? We all have heard about mergers, acquisitions, takeovers happening in India and elsewhere. But you can enhance your knowledge by taking an elective which is into merger and acquisition law. Because tomorrow, when you are sitting in a meeting and somebody who is coming from a law background talks about the legal part of a merger, you as a manager are not sitting blank. You have a bit of clarity what this gentleman is trying to say from his background knowledge of law. So Jindal को Jindal Global Business School या Jindal Global University क्यों कहते हैं? Because of the curriculum part. And all these classes, they happen post 6 o'clock, when you are done with your main classes. So it's a fully residential campus. Your classes, I will not tell you, they go up to what time, otherwise you'll all go out. But we try to make it interesting, we try to make it meaningful, and we try to make it engaging. These are very, very important. Now I would request Professor Meenakshi to share her views, and we will take the session forward. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Vikram, and a very warm welcome to the students and parents fraternity here. I am Professor Meenakshi Tomar, associated with Jindal Global Business School, and my colleague has just given a reflection on what I do at JGBS. So before I jump on to what OCPD functions, a very important element that I would like to touch upon. Many business schools across the country talk about business communication, and the students are generally reading grammar, something that they've done right from first standard, understanding what a noun is, and how we proceed on to with prepositions, adjectives, etc. At this level, we have to go beyond, right? And therefore, we felt the need that written analysis and verbal analysis should be dealt separately, because the skilling is separate. A student may be able to write well, but when it comes to public speaking, if I ask any one of you to come over here and introduce yourself for 30-odd seconds, there will be butterflies. And I will conclude by saying, hi, I'm so-and-so. I come from this place. I've done my education in PCM, and I look forward to my journey doing a BBA course, and that's it. That's not about me. I haven't told anything about me. Something that my CV can read out. One quick question to all the youngsters here. How many of you have got a LinkedIn profile? 1, 2. How many of you have got an Insta profile?
Smartly raise your hand.
Wow.
There is nothing like this.
So,
Like this or this.
not miraculous, expected. And it's all right. Why is it all right? You are the generation which is driving change. And this change is not something that we're likely to witness only in the educational systems. You are the change which is well visible in the corporate. You said you wanted to start up something of your own. Believe me, I would have fainted with this thought. You know why? I would have questioned myself, do I have it in me? Oh, Bapre, it comes with challenges. I do not know how people will work with me because I do not come from a business background. I have seen my mom hiring people for her organization. I have seen my dad speaking to somebody across a breakfast meeting not to move ahead with some other organization. Stay back with us, work with us. I can relate to these conversations that have been a part of within my family. But what if it's not been in my childhood at all? Would that mean I should have some tensions and some stress? Certainly, yes. But should I carry this baggage with me forever? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The organizations today understand that the current set of population, which is skilled, is going to work with multi-generational diversity. You could be leading a position where somebody who's working under you is twice your age. Should you be embarrassed? No. It's because you have the skill, you have the desired qualification in you. The very first thing that you need to understand is Instagram journey is all right, but you have to spend more time looking at what organizations are doing. How many of you sip a Coke or a Pepsi every day? Raise your hands, please. A Coke or a Pepsi every day?
You don't drink cold drinks?
No Cokes? Wow. A healthy generation, I must say. Okay. How many of you like picking up a pack of Lays from the vending machines or from the shop, just like that? I'm feeling hungry, and the first thought that I have in my mind is, let me pull out a wafer. No one? Wow. Is it the dal chawal sabzi eating generation? Amazing. That's nice. Yeah. I'm sure you're just creating delight for Sodexo staff, by the way. We keep on questioning them. How many breakfasts have you served? They said, ma'am, 1,500. I said, but we have a population of 7,000 on campus. And then they will tell us, ma'am, your population is sleeping right now. So, whenever we think about corporates, it's not enough for us to read something in the classroom. It becomes evident, it becomes enforced for us to go out and go beyond. How many business newspapers are picked up in India every day? Name any three, the ones that you know. Okay, I'll consider the third one, but that doesn't fall under the business one. But Vikram, he gets a chocolate, for sure. Why do we need to mention these names? Why should you be knowing what's happening across the globe? Why should you know that Coke India manufactures as many as 1 lakh units every day for a particular category of product? Particular category of product. How many offerings do they have globally? More than 2,500 plus. How many of them do we see on the shelves in the Indian market? probably about 50 or 60, and we would not be even able to name them, right? Office of Career and Professional Development emphasizes on creating this distinct approach in our students where they should think beyond what is taught across the courses. You should be able to connect with the corporate sentiment. You should be able to move inside an interview room confidently, and when you're sitting to hire people, starting something for yourself, you should be able to reimagine the experiences of the startups who have had their journey. We teach you how to face a failure. Success, everyone talks. Failure, no one does. And there is no doubt about saying that success gets you a lot of delight and smile, but failure also gets you a relevant experience, an experience that takes you lifelong, an experience that brings a reflection on what went wrong and what should I be more careful with, because the corporates do not allow you to experiment. They are stringent. They are. Our job is to make sure that while you have an active Insta profile, which is all right, we would like to have you an active LinkedIn profile. We teach you how to build a visible profile of yourself, though despite the fact you may not be willing to go for a job. You might be thinking about going ahead with a higher education, but who solves the mystery? It's the Office of Career and Professional Development, which allows the student to come, discuss, get mentored, and think about the next pathway. Pathway, whether it is all right for me to go for higher ed right now, if it is going to be a job, what kind of job? Am I skilled enough? Am I able to connect myself to the skills which are needed in the industry? Is it all right to just have a GitHub profile or to understand how a Tableau dashboard works? But if I'm unable to narrate my story, I'm not doing justice to it. And that's what we prepare for. So beyond the curriculum, we ensure that the child understands how corporate functions, understand what the industry is asking. I might be interested in going ahead with analytics, but is the corporate ready to hire me at this age? Is the corporate ready to extend and offer a role in analytics? Probably no, because they need something more. Ma'am, is this certification all right for me to take ahead? Aside and apart from what I'm doing in this semester, we answer those questions. We get the students sit across the workshops, mentally prepare them for ensuring that they have the right set of skills mentioned on the profiles, allow them to understand how to go and write something on their LinkedIn wall, create content, and also show how distinct you are. Because I can say I have great interpersonal skills, I'm hardworking, I'm diligent. People outside are going to say that's not enough for me. That's not enough. I need people who are speedier. I need people who are data-driven. I need people who understand empathy, but who are also facilitative. I want people with high emotional intelligence. I don't want people whom I scold and say that you have to stay back in the office at 10, until 10, and you start crying, oh, it's my birthday. We teach you how to prioritize, which is very important for a management student. We have had student success stories where from BBA itself, we had students who were rank holders who wanted to go ahead for higher ed, and we said, no, you're not going to go for higher ed. You have to work because you are actually ready to work. Take experience, then come back. Today, our girl, Simar Bhalla from BBA Honors 2017 batch has already taken 2 promotions, is working at a package of 15 lakh an annum at 3P Consultants, Mumbai. We have another student, Shreya Swaru from BBA 2016, a rank holder again. Ma'am, I want to go to the US for my higher ed. I said, where's the need? Why do you think you should be going there now? Ma'am, I think because if I disconnect with the studies, I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it again. I said, fair enough, let's wait for 4 years. Go back. She goes for a semester exchange instead of an MS, comes back, takes up a job as a marketing executive, works for 1 year, gets promoted, and shifts to a very renowned bakery. And she is managing the India operations for them. A BBA student, not an MBA. Wipe off this confusion that a BBA student cannot work right after the BBA degree. You people can. There are jobs. Do not say, oh, my BBA is coming to an end. I think now I should be applying for universities overseas or elsewhere in the nation. Why can't you challenge yourself that you're prepared enough? We are prepared, and we have to prepare. Even if it's your own startup, start thinking about it from second year onwards. We have an amazing facility, which is Startup JGU, which allows you to express your ideas, get mentored by people, professors and industry people, and they tell you whether this is workable or not. Because at the end of the day, if you're wanting and if you're willing to have something of your own, there are only 3 things precisely that you have to understand. How to generate a business, how to scale it up, and how to reduce cost. If you understand these 3 things, you're done. You can take it to the next level, and a BBA student can do it. Why not? So, we will meet quite often, right from the 2nd semester onwards, once you're done with your verbal analysis course, and that's exactly where we'll be dealing with multiple workshops, scaling right from LinkedIn building, profile building, how to network, how to go ahead and talk to people meaningfully and connect with them to what they would want to hear, and how to make sure that you're management driven and you speak management. And yes, before you come and join us in the month of August, I should definitely see a LinkedIn profile on, with all due regards to the Insta, which is all right again. You get to learn a lot. There are so many advertorials which go on at the Instagram, and you get to learn from there. I mean, it's not wrong, but at the same time, you should know where to prioritize and how to do that. Get into the habit of reading a business newspaper every day for an hour. Get addicted to one sector, because that's exactly where you have to see what is creating an interest in you. At the end of the 3rd year of your BBA or the 4th year, you should have clarity in mind. So OCPD will help you in defining that clarity, because there are millions of jobs. You know, you hear about Amazon, Microsoft, etc., laying off, but at the same time, they're generating jobs also. So you have to see how these skills are parallelly connected to what you do, and how do you take yourself forward. On that note, I'm just going to halt here, and I'm going to pass it on to my colleague, Professor Sahana Rajan. And you're more than welcome to ask any questions. And yes, believe in yourself, have trust, and more than anything, always be very, very confident of who you are. Thank you. 5 business professionals? You can raise hand. Does that work? How many people did you talk to figure out, okay, should I really go forward with this particular path? 1 to 5 people? Okay, I see one hand. 1 से 5 लोगों से बात किया होगा थोड़ा? Huh? Even if it's your cousins, even if it's your relatives. Okay, see. Okay, amazing. LinkedIn पे होगा तो थोड़ा ज़्यादा लोगों से बात करो. Okay, second option, 5 to 10 people. What I say, 2, 3. Okay. How many people have talked to more than 50 people?
What you want to do?
What do you want to
times
do?
have to discuss this?
कितने लोगों से मैंने बिजनेस एनालिस्ट से बात किया? 50 लोगों के ऊपर. Setting the bar quite high. Okay. So I'm Sahana. I'm a philosophy professor at the Global Business School, and I love students. I love teaching. Right. Every student brings a unique identity to the classroom, and I think Meenakshi beautifully put it how we bring that identity forward. Right. And I'm also I take care of distinguished lectures along with my colleague Dr. Bhavna Khan. And I'm going to give you a little bit of idea. I'm going to start this. Okay, can you hear me? I think this is better. Thoda sa acha lagta hai mic. So, right. So, I think Professor Meenakshi from Office of Career and Professional Development has beautifully portrayed the many aspects of industry-oriented education that we embrace at JGBS. We prepare our students to meaningfully engage with the industry throughout their life cycle at our institution, through various training workshops, domain crashers, personalized career guidance. Now I'm going to talk about another crucial aspect of this industry-oriented education, which is industry guest lectures, right? Industry guest lectures are a crucial way in which we bring the industry right into our classrooms, helping our students to anchor their theoretical knowledge with practical experience. So there are 2 different kinds of industry guest lectures that we organize. First, our faculties conduct in-class guest lectures, and second, we also organize distinguished lectures for our students across batches and programs. So let's start with the in-class guest lectures now. Right. So at JGBS, we believe that successful education, amongst other things, happens when students are able to connect the rigorous theoretical knowledge with practical experiences, when they can see the concepts, theories that you're learning in the class play out in the world. So that's why we have integrated industry guest lectures into every core and elective course which is offered at our institution. Our faculty works tirelessly to connect with and host professionals on LinkedIn. We do that too, from across various industries who can demonstrate to our students how their knowledge can support them and how it can be innovated in the real world. So let me put this into perspective, especially for the parents, right? Your child will be doing at least, say, 50 core and elective courses during their time at JGBS. In each of these courses, they'll get an opportunity to talk to 2 industry practitioners, that is 2 business professionals in each of them, which means you guys, your children, will have the opportunity to talk to 100 industry speakers, right? 100 business professionals who will share their experiences and perspectives about contemporary themes. So now you might wonder, this is the benchmark I'm setting, so how have we performed in the past? What are the numbers? And we're very happy to share that the numbers are very, very positive. We organized over 730 industry guest lectures in the year 2022 to 2023. Every guest lecture is anchored to the themes and learning objectives of the courses in which they happen, and more importantly, they are connected to contemporary events and trends. So you can see some examples like optimization methods for business analytics, metaverse and blockchain, political and economy of corporate social responsibility. We also encourage talks specifically focused on building professional skills and behavioral competencies, which support our students to grow productively towards their long-term career goals. So some examples are making communication effective, building productivity mindset, and management decision-making. So here I've talked about the themes which are featured in these talks. Now, who are the people who are talking about these themes? So on the screen, you can see the recent speakers who have joined our classes for guest lectures. I would like to bring your attention to some big names here. We have Unibic Foods, Hindalco Industries, Deloitte, Fractal Analytics. And we continue with Emirates National Bank of Dubai, KPMG Global, Tata Chemicals, the Hanken companies. These are the industry affiliations of the guest speakers who talk with our students. And some more, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, JP Morgan, and we have a liberal sprinkling of entrepreneurs and women leaders in our pool of speakers. So this is the league amongst which your child can walk.
right? Amongst learnings from companies that have touched the heights of immense success. Amongst people who are emerging, so we make sure that we call speakers from all life cycle, those who are emerging, who are in the mid-senior, all levels, who are emerging, who have already reached professional success that, you know, our children, you guys aspire to touch. So, but this is only the tip of the iceberg, right? The icing on the cake is the next part, which is our distinguished lectures. So these are exclusive sessions which feature industry leaders who hold senior management positions, right? So we have chief executive officers, chief operating officers, chairmen, managing directors, where our students get the opportunity to interact directly with these esteemed leaders. They share not only the technical aspects of the successful career, like if you have noticed, all the answers that you gave to Sonam's mentee was majorly soft skills. As you go up the ladder, it's not the technical skills that will matter more, it's how you are with people, it's a soft skill that will matter. So these esteemed leaders who come, who are CEOs, CXOs, they share not only the technical aspects, the trade secrets, but what it means to be a moral human being as we climb up the ladder, right? About the challenges that your ethics might face, about how to handle them gracefully. So in our recent distinguished lectures, we had the privilege of hosting Brajesh Singh. He's the president of Author D Little India, who talked about top 5 skills for a great career in consulting. Ritesh Tiwari, who's a partner and risk advisory leader at KPMG India, who talked about 20+ years at KPMG India's core values of a successful management consultant. We have Priyavarta Mafatlal. He's the vice chairman of Arvind Mafatlal Group, a 5th generation entrepreneur, talked about building family businesses, honoring and innovating legacy. And most recently, we had D. Anand Bhaskar, who is the CEO and managing director of Airworks India Engineering Private Limited, who spoke to our students about the future of aviation and aerospace in India, 2030, lessons for business leaders and entrepreneurs. So as you imagine embarking on your professional journey at JGBS, right, I ask you to also imagine the full advantages of these incredible opportunities presented through guest lectures and distinguished lectures. Imagine sitting in front of hundreds of emerging professionals and leaders, learning from them, talking to them, connecting with them. So engaging in these sessions can be transformative for your academic and professional growth. Whether you're interested in risk advisory, consulting, family business, aviation, any other field, we have a wide range of topics and prominent speakers who can enrich your understanding. And JGBS, of course, hopes that you give us the opportunity to offer you these spaces where you can embrace the wisdom and experiences which are shared by these industry leaders. So yeah, that's that from my side. And I hope you get to meet 100 people who can tell you if you're making the right decision, who can tell you what it means to be someone who's successful in life, right? So yeah, that's me. Thank you. I'm going to give it over to Vikram now.
Thank you, everyone. See, guest lectures are a very important part of learning, because learning is not coming just from books. When you talk with someone who comes with 15 years, 10 years experience, he will tell you something different. If you interact with someone who has started a business, and if you want to go and do something after 4 years, he or she will tell you something different. Am I right? Does it make a connect? So we focus a lot on preparing you for future. That future which is very, very different. For example, what happened before COVID and what happened after COVID? How many of you have ever heard of terms like Zoom or Microsoft Teams in 2019? No one? Even I didn't. An entire 20 and 21 was all online. As we are talking, whatever we have spoken right from the start is being live streamed, and many students who could not travel today here from Bangalore and Calcutta and everywhere, they are watching us. Technology has changed the way of doing business. If you are doing BBA, you need to understand how you have to use the power of an app, how you have to use the power of digital marketing, how you have to use the power of AI. Either it is a job or a startup. So that makes the studies very different in Jindal. And that is why it has come so fast in the area of those world level rankings. For last 3 years, imagine we are being ranked #1 private university by the QS World University Ranking. QS is the body which ranks the universities across the world. It is not a one-time thing that aaj ek rank first aa gaya and it is done. It takes a lot of efforts at our end to ensure that we are consistently moving ahead. You are among the top 700. As a counselor, many a times I interact with parents, students who think it is a very wise decision that if I go abroad after 12th. My humble request to all of you, if you stay in India, do not think you are at a loss. I'm not saying you come and join Jindal. You join anywhere. But join a good institution. Don't plan to do bachelor's from abroad. That is my 20 years of experience, which is not even your age. Utilize that time, money and energy for your masters. Because at an age of 22, 21, you will be much matured to handle an alien environment. I receive so many requests nowadays that, sir, I will not name any institution that is against my work ethics, but across these so-called universities, sir, I want to take a lateral entry in this 3rd semester, sir, I want to take lateral entry in the 2nd semester, I am not able to adjust, the climate is so this, the food is like this. Will the climate change? Will the food change? No. Don't think at all because of a peer pressure that if your friends are going out, I want to go out. No. We have given so many structured opportunities of semester exchange, short-term visits, 2+2 pathway programs. You do 2 years in Jindal, you go 2 years abroad. You do 3 years in Jindal, you do 1 year abroad. And imagine, you just have to grab that opportunity. Because the level of that university internationally lies on our shoulders. आपको homework नहीं करना है कि how good or bad that university is. Because if I am ranked #1 in India and if I am number 700 in the world, I will shake hand with someone who is 300, 400, at least less than 700, right? And who will get the benefit? The students will get the benefit. So what I started saying, if you have a hunger, if you have a determination, what you can take from here in the 4 years will create a history. Your parents can only pay for the fees. You want to take single X return, double X return, triple X return, that is up to you. Discipline is something which is important because yes, we are a private university. You are our output, and for a private institution or a private job or anything which is private, everything is quality driven. Everything is dependent on the output. But explore yourself. Don't take things lightly. Is it clear to all of you? We make studies very interesting. How many of you are from humanities background, by the way? Anyone from humanities? Humanities, correct? You are planning to do BBA. We teach psychology in BBA. We teach public policy in BBA. We teach media and society. We teach so many interesting subjects. You might be thinking, sir, psychology is all about humanities. ये तो arts का subject है. People do BA. Am I right? These kind of things come to our mind. But think, in front of psychology, if I write a word, consumer, it becomes management. Any product, any service which we make, can we design it without identifying what is the customer requirement? Can we do it? No. That is the importance of multidisciplinary education, which the national education policy in India is talking now. And we have been doing it since 2009, when this university started. I don't know how many of you have done this homework or you know how this university began. Are you aware that the Vice Chancellor of the university, Dr. C. Rajkumar, is the youngest Vice Chancellor in the history of India? Do you know this? How many of you know this? None of you. And he became the Vice Chancellor at an age of 34. Imagine. 34 years. He founded this university. He had a degree from Harvard on a full scholarship. He had a degree from Oxford, full scholarship. He's a BCom graduate from Loyola College, Chennai. He did his law from Delhi University. He did his LLM from Hong Kong. And at 33 years of age, he was in New York, married. And he was thinking, now I know where is the disconnect, why none of the Indian universities come among the top 200 of the world. We have best brains. You talk about politicians, you talk about industrialists, you talk about FMCG sector. You will find Indians everywhere, across the globe. But do we have any Indian universities? No. India was known for education way back in Nalanda, Takshila times when people used to come to India to take that education. Where has it gone? And then he said, I now understand where is the disconnect, because he had been to Harvard, he had been to Oxford, best names. He had been to DU, he had been to Loyola College, Chennai, that names. And then he said, I am looking forward for a benefactor who can invest in my idea to set up an institution. And then he was introduced to Mr. Naveen Jindal, who is the Chancellor of the university that time. And Dr. Raj, he had put two conditions that anybody who is investing in his idea of setting up a university as a benefactor giving some financial help will have two conditions. Do you want to know what are those conditions? The first condition, the person will not ask for any profit. Can we expect a businessman not to ask a profit? And second, full autonomy, freedom to run the university, to lay the systems, processes, guidelines, to recruit a student, to recruit a faculty. There should be freedom to do it. No intervention of any sort. I have spent 8 years of my life in this university. And imagine, it started in 2009. We started BBA program in 2016. The first batch came out in 2019. 2020 was COVID, 21 was COVID. And the JGBS BBA program ranks among number 3 among the top 134 BBA colleges of the country, as per the Outlook iCare survey. In 21, we were number 3 out of 125 colleges. In next year, we were same rank out of 134 colleges. You are not studying or making this place as your journey thinking of a normal place. We are abnormal people because we are guided by that vision. You heard my colleague saying, what do we expect from you? We expect a fire from you. We don't want 90 percentiles, 80%. We will make you. That we are sure. And if you have been selected, we found that spark in you. But that's just the start. Now, the competition is among the cream. Cream doesn't mean having all 90%. No. There are many skills what Professor Sahana, Professor Meenakshi, Professor Sonam talked about and explained you. We will polish all those things in you and we will make you future ready. But we need commitment from you. We need sincerity from you. You need to be disciplined. And then I can guarantee after 4 years, today we are giving example of some alumni, we will give your examples. Make your parents proud. And like one of you said, I want to be an entrepreneur. Why not? I have a student, Vijayant Khanduri, who passed out in 2017-20 batch, and he started his own company in the COVID era. His sister joined me last year in BBA, and he called me around 6 months before, and he said, Vikram sir, I need your help. I said, what happened, Vijayant? Sir, मेरे को 4 बच्चे hire करने हैं. Can you please suggest some good students from the BBA? On a very jokingly mode, I asked him, मैं कहा, कितनी salary देगा? Salary देगा या नहीं देगा? Sir, of course I'll give them salary. मैं कहा, कितनी देगा? Sir, ज़्यादा नहीं दे पाऊँगा. मैं कहा, tell me, give me some number. I have to tell it to the student. He said कि sir, anything between 35 to 40,000 per month मैं दे दूँगा. Imagine. I was so happy. You go and search on YouTube about Vijayant. He is from Shri Ram School, Aravali campus. He is an alumni from there. एक 20 में बच्चा पास आउट हुआ हो और अगर वो 3 साल के अपने उसमें ये बोले कि सर मैं 5 स्टूडेंट्स को हायर करना चाहता हूं, मैं 35-40,000 की सैलरी 5 लोगों को दे सकता हूं. He would have done his calculations. Imagine. That is how we train you and upskill you. So, I know it has been a bit tiring. Can I request all the students of the first and second row to please get up? Only the first and second row. Just get up. Stretch yourself. You have been sitting for too long. Stretch yourself. यार stretch करने के लिए भी इधर उधर देख, तो मारना नहीं है, थोड़ा सा इधर हो जाओ. Aren't you happy? I made you stand. Tiring हो रहा था ना बैठे बैठे. Relax. Just do like this. यार कैसे अभी? Sit down. Relax. You will feel better now. You will be attentive. Feeling better? Feeling better? Why only he is replying? Or he is too tired? I was a student like this. We were always made to sit for 4 hours. We never had the legacy of these chairs in my MBA college. I had those wooden chairs. You know, there is a difference between luxury and necessity. You all need to understand those things. Last but not the least, I'll invite my colleague Mohan, who takes care of the office of the career services, which we normally call in other language as internship or placement department. He will talk about something what we do, what he does basically, not we. I only pass on the lead if anybody asks for me. Sir, can you connect us to somebody from placement? I just give him his number. He will tell you in 5 minutes, not more than that, Mohan. I would make a humble request. And he will take care.
Okay, I'll stand here. I think most of the times all are speaking from there and these guys are looking this side. So I'll come here and speak, yeah? Well, it's always good, always pleasure to talk to parents, students, and also to anyone who looks for education, higher education or counseling to that matter associated with the corporates, yeah? I am Mohan, as my colleague Vikram introduced you. I take care of the career counseling part, then connecting to industry, and also to help students understand how to plan their careers. This is what we do at OCS, Office of Career Services. And then the part which has been discussed, that we discussed till now is about the academics and the kind of knowledge that we impart. The second aspect which is going to be now, what I'm going to tell you is about the application part. What you study, what you have done, where do you apply, and what's the outcome that you are expecting. Yeah, this is what we do at OCS. We focus more on career counseling. That's the first thing that we do, because most of the students, when we ask some questions, they couldn't explain or even help us understand what they want to do in life. So we start from there, and then we start connecting to the industry to source internships. These are very, very important thing in these 4 years what you spend here on campus. Yours is the first batch that we are going to start with 4 years program. And I'm sure you are going to get very good placement support from the industry as well, because even industry is looking forward for the first time these 4-year graduates. Yeah, this is number one. Number two, when we talk about career counseling and connecting you to the industry, it is all about aligning you to your career aspirations. Please understand. Some of them are clear, but then most of them don't know how this will, it will lead them, each internship that you choose. So choosing of internships is very important. And also selection of the specialization that we say, marketing, HR, finance, or entrepreneurship, or even to that matter, analytics. These are very important. Yeah, this will only help you to get a job. We don't teach you to get you a job. Please understand. We'll help you to make your career, and my job is to connect to the industry to help you learn the practical applicability of all the programs that you learned. It is about the practice. That is what we do. That is what I connect. The third part is all about what do you want to do later? What kind of role or the profile that you are interested to pursue. This I'm talking about making your careers. See, job should not be the only criteria for you. Of course, that is what is required. But then the learning, long-term objective should be very different. Are you a marketing person? Are you a sales person? Or are you an analyst? Or are you a financial services person? Or a consultant? That matters a lot. So through guest lectures, through industry interface, and through internships, and through career counseling, that we connect you and we help you understand the whole process of making your career. This is what we do, yeah? And the other important aspect is about the evaluation that we do. We just don't give you internships and we'll tell you to go do and come back in 2 months or something. There is an evaluation process which is done by the industry mentor. Just as the way my colleagues, other faculty colleagues would do your assessments and give you the required credits and give you the scores for each and every subject. Likewise, whenever you do any internship, wherever you pursue those internships, those are evaluated on various parameters. That will help you understand to see how are you really moving forward in life, are you really learning? If not, what else is required? So we change the internship later and we'll put you in another different set of internship company or the role or the profile that you're looking at, and we'll ensure your progress year on year. That is what we do. This is something very unique from other universities or other institute, I must say, that they practice. We really look at your evaluation part, we look at your progress year on year, yeah? So Vikram gave me 5 minutes, so I'm sure I all used that 5 minutes. This is what in brief about the Office of Career Services. When you join, we'll have this orientation. During orientation, I'll take you through the whole process of how we really work together. We also have very interesting student activity called Student Career Representative, we call SCR. So they work closely with our office. Some of them we choose who are very interested in different areas and we groom them. So they'll be the interface between the Office of Career Services and the student, and also with the help of faculty that they work together, and we'll see how we can make progress. Yeah. So this is what briefly all about Office of Career Services, and I would like to take a break now, and I would like to give it back to my colleague Vikram. Thank you, and we look forward.
Among many other things, what I like most about him is he do whatever I tell him. Okay, so do you wish to add anything?
Yeah, so one thing that we must note over here, since you're pursuing BBA, there is a component of social internship and there is a component of corporate internship. In your course, you're required to do 2 mandatory and credited internships. However, whenever you've got a semester where you're not getting any credits, we emphasize you to go ahead and pursue one. Now, over here, the student has choices, whether you want to do it through OCS or you want to do it through a self-sourced mechanism, which means you might be having any organization in your mind where you want to go. We facilitate the process. So you need to have those discussions first. We see how well this particular internship is aligned with your career goals, and accordingly you proceed further. So in all, the OCS and OCPT Connect starts with you right from the very first year. You have to attend the workshops and you have to tell us what is something which is fascinating you so that we can take those conversations further and we can curate them. There will be certain aspects where your parents will be involved because they definitely have the right to know how you're shaping yourself up in terms of your career aspirations, just in case if there's a thought process which goes behind the family conversations, it should be a part of your professional journey over here as well. So do not have questions why my parents are being asked this. We will be asking. That's where I wanted to conclude.
Thank you. So we will now open the session for the question and answers. If you have any questions with respect to all these parameters, if you have anything, please ask and we will be happy to answer. We will bring the mic to you. You just need to raise your hand and the mic will come. If you have any question with respect to academics, curriculum, Professor Sonam has shared, Professor Sana has talked about the industry guest lectures, Professor Mohan, Professor Meenakshi, they both have spoken about their departments of OCPD and OCS. Any questions? Students or parents? Both.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
It's been a really tiring session, frankly speaking.
Ma'am, I'll be doing 4 more sessions now,
Yeah, I know.
today and tomorrow.
We are not used to.
Tell
so
me.
one a question I think all the parents might be having. See, some of the students are very sure what they want to do, what they want to pursue, but maximum, even mine, is not very sure, though he looks like sure, but I know at the back of the mind. So if the students start the course right now with the BBA honors or 3 year, whatever, so do we have any this kind of facility available, you know, at some time, at some point of time, as you discussed earlier also regarding your maths thing, not that too late, but of course, if in another 3 months or 2 months, he doesn't find it very fascinating and want to change into some economics honors or something else, what is the facility or what will be provided, and till what duration is it possible to for a changeover, right?
So we will break the question into 2 parts, okay? And I'll request you to first take the first section and then
Very interesting question, and this is something that we see as a situation every year. There is a very unique program that we have at the business school, which is the mentor-mentee program. What happens in this is that your child is tagged to a faculty member where the child discusses every problem, whether they're finding it interesting, they're not finding it interesting. The faculty member, in turn, dives deeper into the problem, and they would as well connect with you if need be. We first understand whether it is pertaining to a particular set of chapters that the child is not eager to learn or maybe, you know, is not finding interesting. There could be certain phases altogether. There could be peer pressure also. So we have figured out reasons why a student would not feel it interesting and how can we help them. Now, at one given point of time, when we know that the child should not be forced any longer, you know, there is genuinely a problem. That's exactly when the interface with the admission office comes into the picture. But till that time, the entire hand-holding, the entire process of understanding and dismantling the problem lies with the faculty mentor under the mentor-mentee program altogether. So we would from day one know the issues that the child might be facing. We also have the assurance of learning program assistant, where just in case if the child is weak in a particular subject, we definitely extend some additional sessions. And not just for one particular child, it is open to the entire batch. So if somebody who's coming from a PCM background wishes to understand accounting a little more, and the class sessions do not seem to be sufficient covering those, we have these separate sessions also. A faculty member who's teaching a particular course will also offer 3 hours of open office connect, where a child can go with the problems, take an appointment and sit through. and have discussions with the faculty. So all in all, as Professor Chawla also emphasized, that we are accessible, we are approachable, and we are available. Just that we ask the child to, be in touch with us so that we understand the root cause altogether. I'll hand it over to Vikram and. Yeah.
That's the second part. So generally what happens, there are very few cases of this sort because when we send out the offer letters to all of you, we have shared our entire curriculum with you. If anybody says, I want to do BBA honors, the first 2 years, that is why it is all core subjects. Because whether it is marketing or finance, when you will dive down, then only you will understand whether I am interested in marketing or HR. And that happens from 3rd year onwards. There have been hardly, I would say, 1 or 2 cases where the students have approached me, ki sir, I got enrolled into, let's say, BBA or maybe in journalism, I want to do now BBA. We have to do the course mapping. So if it is happening within 1 week, there is no problem. We can do it. But if a child comes after first semester and if he says, sir, I am not finding it interesting, I want to change it to another program. So as students, all of you, and as parents, you all need to understand that there are certain set of subjects which are different from program to program. So whatever I have studied, let's say in journalism or in economics for this first semester, some of them may not be the same in business school. So that decision is being taken and the student has to appear for those papers as reset exams. Have you understood? Yes, ma'am.
Sir, ये तो आपने बताया regarding different courses. If a person wants to switch from journalism to supposedly BBA, supposedly a child says, sir, I am in a BBA program, but now I want to switch to BBA integrated MBA. So what are the procedures for that also?
Ma'am, every program has a different curriculum structure. And when we ask a student to fill the application, whatever choices you have given, correct? You were still given one chance before the interview to share your choice if there is a change. We cannot permit that, okay, now I got BBA honors. After some time, you give me BBA honors, family business, or integrated BBA. For example, family business specialization we started in 2021. We thought we will keep a section of 40 students. We admitted 35. We started the program. Last year, the standard section is 60. Last year, in family business, I had to stop accepting the application from mid of July. I clearly said, there is no seat in family business right now. If anybody will take a refund, if they have paid the fees, then only I will be able to offer you, your name will be kept in the wait list. Integrated BBA MBA, again, has a total intake of 90. This is a very important thing which you have asked because I want to share it now. All of you as students need to understand, don't compare an apple with an orange. Again, my same statement. Because I have been receiving this, sir, now the BBA program is for 4 years. Let my child do integrated BBA MBA. 5 साल में उसे मास्टर्स की डिग्री मिल जाएगी. 1 साल बच जाएगा. This is not the right approach to think about choosing a course. In the integrated BBA MBA program, there is no exit option. You cannot take an exit at any point of time. You have to study for 5 years. If a student who does BBA honors from Jindal, if he wants to do MBA, okay, they can apply. They will give the national level exams like CAT, MAT, all. They will be interviewed. There is no direct transfer. Next question, please.
Yeah, good afternoon. My question is, if we want to opt for 3+1 program or 2+2 program, that also we need to mention it prior
No,
this
ma'am.
session?
No. So what will happen?
sorry.
Yes.
So there is any performance criteria also for the same?
Yes. So what happens? Right from the first year, you get the study abroad opportunities which are being shared by the Office of Study Abroad. Dr. Raju, he sends out mail. If there are immersion trips, there are summer schools, there are winter schools, we keep on sharing those details with you. When you come in your second year, and if you are aspiring for, let's say, a 2+2 option, then you will be aware beforehand that what are the universities with which we have partnership right now. Of course, there is a formal selection process which comprises of your academics grade, which comprises of your all recommendation by your professors. There shouldn't be any UMCs, unfair means, no F grades, because you are representing us on a foreign soil. So you get all the information, and right now also as we speak, that is why I asked how many of you have joined the JGBS Instagram page. How many of you have joined? Tell me. JGBS, I am not saying Jindal Global University page. I know few faces whom I mandatorily made click and join that time. If you haven't joined, please join it immediately. When you move out of this hall, there is a QR code which is there. Scan it, join it. Because that page is updated daily as an event happens. If you use Instagram as parents, if you use LinkedIn, I want my parent community to join the LinkedIn page. You should know what we are doing to train your children, what kind of guest lectures are happening, what efforts the professors are doing. Tomorrow, if your child comes and say, "Ki Papa, Saturday, Sunday, I want to come back home," you should be the one to say, "No, you have a guest lecture. I saw gentleman so-and-so is coming. Why are you asking to come on a Sunday?" That is how we have to jointly build their profile. It is not my responsibility alone. You have to be vigilant. Thank you. Next question, please. For study abroad, generally the scholarships and all are decided by the parent university. If they want to give, the students will get. But normally, academics, it is purely academics. If let's say I am studying over here for 2 years, what is my CGPA? That will count. Anything else? No questions? Oh my God. You are from Jaipur? Yes.
So my question is, what are your views on the ragging that happens on the campus, and how severe is it?
What do we do?
Ragging.
Ragging सिर्फ हम ही कर सकते हैं और कोई नहीं कर सकता.
अच्छा, और कोई से होता नहीं है?
So before I answer that, I just wanted to say that, we have around 175 plus international collaborations. So, we have different partner universities. Each university has their own, rules and, regulations. It is, of course, meritocracy. It depends on your academic CGPA. For your question, we are one of the most inclusive spaces, I feel, like ever. And, students, our seniors are really, it's more of a protective environment. I have seen, and there are always going to be certain quabbles between students, and it has never, ever amounted to ragging. It has never amounted, and we don't tolerate that at all. And we understand every student has their own identity, especially in today's world, their pronouns, and we are very, very liberal, forthcoming about learning about our students, their identities, what they feel comfortable, what they don't feel comfortable. And that is a part of us as teachers, right? So no ragging. If there is right, everything is very transparent, and we at least no, I try not to, but yeah, try.
Mind it, try not to, but I will do. Yeah, yes. So as a professor, she has a right. So we have something called as buddy project. When you will join somewhere near, joining dates are already decided now. We got it decided yesterday with the registrar office. Around 24th or 25th of July, all the students will be asked to report to the campus. When you will come to Jindal, and I'm not telling you to make you happy or promote Jindal, it is such a vibrant place, such a vibrant place. You will find your seniors from second year, third year, sacrificing their 1 week of holiday, coming 1 week before to help you settle in the campus. There are 150 plus seniors who are shortlisted from all the different schools because you don't know what is SH7. SH7, by the way, is Student Housing 7. Where is health center? Where is what? What is the examination rule? What is attendance policy? So those students, you will yourself see, they run across the campus like anything, sacrificing everything, food, health, just to ensure you are settled well. And next year, you will be doing it. You will be volunteering for it. I have spent 8 years in this campus. I haven't found anything called as fight, ragging or all. Of course, discipline is important. We don't ask you, oh, it's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, switch on your lights, Wi-Fi off. No. You sleep at 12 o'clock, you sleep at 2 o'clock, nobody will say anything. The moment you enter into their class, if it is a 8 a.m. class and if you enter at 8 past 1, I am telling right in front of all three of them, they will not give you attendance. They will not allow you to go out and enjoy. You will sit in the class. You will sit in the class, but you will understand what is the value of that 1 minute, because if your attendance falls short to 74%, then you are debarred. Tomorrow when you enter into internships, jobs, if you reach 1 minute late, your boss will screw your happiness. Am I right? When you grow, you do it twice, half a day salary gone. तब आपको पता लगेगा कि 1 मिनट की इंपॉर्टेंस क्या होती है. We have very innovative ways to make you learn because we all have gone through it. But discipline is one word which defines all of us. Next question. Facility. There are many things to spoil them. We never got it. They have everything, all the classes, hostel rooms are all centralized AC, but it is on triple sharing basis. As a policy, we have a simple rule. 1 creates loneliness. 2 makes a company. 3 creates a crowd. At the back side of the door, when your child is with us, we should know what is happening over here in the mind. I think I made myself clear. So, if you are a BBA honors student, we in the first year when you join, before that we share the list with the hostel authorities. You are randomly, 3 boys, 3 girls are given the rooms. From the second semester onwards, there is a bidding system. You can pick your own friends and you can pick your room. There is no issue. Every hostel room is same. If in the 3rd semester you say, sir, now I have made my friend who is in law school, I have a friend who is in economics program, can we all 3 stay together? Yes, we don't have any problem. But I have a suggestion. In the first year, do not share the room with a student who is not from your area. Reason? Because it's a practical thing why I'm telling you. Because what suppose happens inside a class, correct? If they teach you anything, if you don't understand, if you come back to your hostel, if you are lying on the bed, and if you are then wanting to discuss, can you discuss it? No. And if you are staying with someone, और कई चीजें ना बेड पे ही समझ में आती हैं क्लास की. So if you are not sharing a room with your batchmate, probably, maybe one fine day you are not well, you could not attend the class. So at least when your friend, your roommate will come back, you can discuss something. कि आज मैम ने क्या कराया? What happened? Is it clear? Anything else? Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it's mandatory. Anybody who's staying in Sonipat, staying outside the society, has to stay inside only. There is no PG private kind of a system, whether you are in first year, whether you are in third year. The classes go here right up to 10 o'clock in the night. Yes, I will come back to it, but I want to share because it's a very important question. They can go on weekends, but for us, most important is the child's safety. I have students from 27, 28 different states of the country. I just want one thing, that when my parent community goes to sleep, they should have a sound sleep. उनको दिमाग में ये नहीं होना चाहिए, अरे बच्चे ने कुछ खाया, कहाँ होगा, हॉस्टल में है, पीजी में है, कहीं बाहर तो नहीं है. Nobody can step out of the main gate until and unless your parents approve the online gate pass request. कोई बच्चा गेट के बाहर तब तक नहीं जा सकता जब तक फादर और मदर ने उसकी गेट पास की रिक्वेस्ट को अप्रूव नहीं किया. Yes, that's a rule. And now we have an open house. I'll tell what I tell every year for last 8 years. It is important to trust your child, but don't trust them blindly. I have seen many a times the email IDs of mothers and the password are being known to the son or the daughter. If it is so, change your email ID and password. Because attendance, marks, everything is shared with the parents. They come to us, they fight matlab, not in that way. Sir, why our parents are being informed? We are adults. I give them only one answer. You want to know the answer? Can anyone guess what is the answer? Absolutely. They are paying your fees. They are paying your fees, and it is our responsibility that they should know. If there is wrong, they should know in time. If it is right, they should know in time. And if you are doing good, why you should be scared? Why you should be scared? There's a difference between school and college life. We all have gone through all that. It's fun. If you really want to see the Jindal life, come at 11 o'clock in the sports field in the night. You will see 400 students, boys, girls, playing football, basketball. It's fun. You will find the best of your life at this campus. What you take from here will depend upon you. Rules, regulations, everything is clear. As parents, we all have crossed these age, but we need to be disciplined. We need to be accountable. You need to be one step vigilant. You don't have to lose trust on your child because you saw someone's child in some negative way. I think मैंने बहुत clear भाषा में आप सबको समझा दिया. Am I right? Any other questions? Yes, ma'am. Can we have the mic?
On that note, I want to ask, what is the level of parent interaction with the university? And how do you communicate? Okay, that's a good question. And so as Mr. Vikram was telling, that we keep informing you about what's going wrong and what's going right. So you would keep getting, if there is something that needs to be flagged to you, you'll receive an email. Also, you have access to our portal where you can check the attendance, the marks, everything's updated. The face-to-face interaction that we have, so we as ADs, we as assistant deans of the programs, we have open houses with parents. We try to keep it every month or at least twice in one semester. So we will send you a mail for that. It is online, and we interact with you. So anything that you want to share or anything that we want to bring to your notice, we do that. And in any case, you have our email IDs. You can write to us. You want to meet us, please write to us. Come and meet us. You want to talk to us, please write to us. We will definitely get back to you.
Please look at their faces. Everybody is having a long face.
So generally, after an open house, when I go back to my, batch and I talk to them, ma'am, you met our parents? Ma'am, you met, what were they saying? Ma'am, what were they saying? I said, so that's the kind of interaction, we have with you. So don't worry that, everything goes out of sight once your child is there. You can anytime write to us. You can anytime come and meet us.
We started this thing last year that open houses are very, very important. You have their email IDs. I would request you, because they are so busy with the studies, research, everything. If you want to connect, you can connect. There is no bottleneck. There is no hierarchy system. Everything is open. For the students also. You don't have to worry. It is not a school life. They are so chill professors, I am telling you, honestly. And we all stay here after classes. Many a times you are not getting anything. You feel, how should I ask in the class? Everybody will laugh at me. What should I do? Let it laugh, यार. किसी को नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, उसे हंसने दो. हम क्यों टेंशन लें? Am I right? These happen in the school with everyone. Many a times you know the answer, you don't speak, thinking, oh यार कहीं गलत हो गया तो क्या होगा? What will happen? Everybody will laugh at me. इस stressful माहौल में अगर किसी को मेरे आंसर से हंसी आ जाए तो अच्छी बात है. थोड़ा हंसा देते हैं, क्या दिक्कत है? बट रूम में जब वापस जाएंगे तो जो पर्पस के लिए यहाँ आए थे वो तो डिफीट नहीं होगा ना. You are coming here for study, and if you know everything, what is the need of us? Anything else?
Yeah, again the same question. Are the kids allowed to go home on weekends? My question was that.
Okay,
Yeah.
they are allowed to go home. That is not a problem. Usually classes are Monday to Friday. We start our classes at 8 o'clock in the morning. Daily you have 4 lectures. When you are free, you may go home. And as I told, gate pass. Anybody who wants to come and see the child, only that person will be allowed whom you have permitted as parents. Because the security guard doesn't know you. So for you, for us, you are our guest. So when we will send out the registration form, there is a format which we will share that let us know who are the 5-6 people from your family whom you feel will be coming to meet the child. They check their identity at the main gate, and then only those parents or someone can come and enter the main gate. It cannot happen that, I have a friend who was studying, I was crossing by, I was going to Murthal, chalo मैं चलता हूँ, मैं मिल के आ जाता हूँ. Nothing of that sort. There is a proper timing, coming, going. Yes, we have a question at the back.
Good afternoon. Thank you for an enriching session. My question to you is, what kind of prevention policies or rules do you have regarding substance abuse or alcohol consumption on campus?
Very good. This is a very good question. मैम अगर आप नहीं भी पूछते ना तो ये चीज़ें तो कुछ ऐसी हैं जो मैंने अपने लिए रखी हुई है, which I would definitely want to say. अगर 5 minutes ज़्यादा लगते हैं तो भी. See, as you entered the main gate, okay, you would have noticed that there is a restriction, correct? Everything which comes into the campus is coming via scanning of baggage. Just like you see at the airports. It was not 5 years before. That doesn't mean 5 years before it was allowed. But with the technology, we started using and making things more merrier for us. Even if somebody has ordered a pizza or a KFC box from Sonipat, it comes through a scanning. There are sniffer dogs which have been kept over there. There are random surprise checks in the hostel rooms because your child is our responsibility. Nobody can come and say, oh, why my room is being checked? We haven't given you that authority to ask us. If you are doing good, you shouldn't worry. But at the same time, what I mentioned, what a child is doing outside gate, Neither you have a control nor I have a control. But we can have a prevention. You want to know how it can be prevented? I'll give you the idea in front of them. And then I become their enemy. Yes, I become enemy because in the second semester, if you all ask them, oh, Mr. Tomar is there, can we meet him? No, no, mummy, sir is very busy. Sir to tour pe hai. Sir to hai hi nahi. They will never allow you. Because they know that I speak right what is there. So now what we can do jointly, whenever your child asks for a gate pass request, and I found it, ये सारी चीजें जब मेरे को पता लगी, then I am only correlating and telling it to all of you. And do check it if you are not sending your child to Jindal everywhere. This will help you. Whenever your child is asking for a gate pass request, generally you know what happens, how the call comes. And majorly comes to mummy, not papas. Mummy, मैंने gate pass request करी, जरा जल्दी से approve कर दो. मम्मी मेरी फ्रेंड्स बाहर खड़ी है ना, जल्दी से भेजो ना आप, वो सबको मिल गया, मेरा नहीं आया अभी. हाँ मैं कर रही हूँ, आई एम डूइंग इट. खट से अप्रूव कर दिया. कुछ नहीं करना है, जस्ट स्क्रॉल दिस मच डाउन एंड सी व्हाट टाइम ऑफ एग्जिट इज आस्क्ड. You just have to scroll this much on your screen, touch screen. The gate pass will ask for a time. Just see. And if you see the outpass time is 6 p.m. in the evening, you can ask, why have you asked for a 6 p.m.? What is outside the gate? Finished. I think I am able to clear myself. Are you satisfied? Thank you. Anything else? Can we have a mic to ma'am?
When does the student need to come here to move in?
For the start? For dropping?
The start, yes.
Okay.
It's not the 1st of August, right?
If I'm not
days
mistaken,
before?
we have been in touch over WhatsApp
Yes, that's me.
from Russia.
Yes.
Yes. So we will be asking the students to report on 24th, 25th, 26th July. But the exact date will be shared with you because roughly 3,000 students will be reporting. We will call them batch-wise, course-wise. So you can be sure that around 24, 25, 26, you have to be here. By first week of July, I will let you know the details of various undertakings, formats, like the anti-ragging undertaking, which has to be filed by the student and the parent. Viva, can you come down? Then you have to, you look here now, everybody will look there. You will find out who is Viva. I know you want to meet her. So, this is, I know, ma'am. So, as of now, the children have got the provisional admission letter. We do not have that criteria that you should have minimum 60, 70 or 80. IB board rule is very simple. You should have secured a diploma. We don't accept certificates. So, if the diploma is successfully awarded, it is fine. 1st of August, the classes will begin. If the child is traveling during these days, generally what happens, we want that the student should not miss the initial 3-4 days because that is the orientation and the buddy project which is happening where you get to know what the campus is, about the examination system, attendance system, health mechanism, everything we are sharing it with you. But formally the classes will start from 1st of August. If the child is missing, then of course there is an attendance loss. Ma'am, I cannot delay my session. I cannot delay my session for the rest. We have to draw a line. So that is what I am saying. 1st August से classes start है. आप 31st को आ जाओ, मुझे कोई problem नहीं है. 1st August को class होगी. Ma'am, BBA program has a total intake of 360 students. There are 6 sections of 60 each. Admissions are on first come, first basis. As the student fills the online application form, they have to appear for the JSAT exam, or like if they have given SAT or whatever exam, like CUAT, then there is an online interview. If you get shortlisted by us in the interview, we send out the offer letter, you get 10 days of time, you pay the initial fees, you block your seat. In each email which has gone to all of you as parents, explicitly in black and white also, we have written whatever are our refund policy norms. There is nothing hidden. If your child puts in a refund cancellation request, by 15th of July, if you send it to us, only 5,000 rupee is deducted from the initial amount, and rest you will get in 10 days back into your account. She's your daughter. Would you like to handle anyone? We have something called as Center for Wellness and Counseling. Of course, but I don't like this word counseling. ये बड़ा negative सा लगता है. I don't find it interesting. But yes, I can guarantee you, you will see a changed personality in your daughter. She is not the one. Where are you from? Delhi. I have 5,000 girls in this campus. The total strength of the campus is 9,000 students. 50% males, 50% females. They all come first time from their home, whether it is Delhi, whether it is Dehradun, or whether it is Bangalore. So, relax, stay connected with us. That's it. Anything else? Anything from this side? Everything is all clear. Pakka. As crystal or as crude oil. Because if you have understood everything, then we will wrap up. Oh, we have a question? Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Ask this question loud. No, you don't have to be sorry. They have to be sorry. Yes. Very important question. Again, there are two answers. One is short, one is long. What do you want? Short one. Pakka? It's a very important question and a very precise answer. Question is, sir, what can we do to stop the junk food, what they eat? I think Professor Meenakshi also spoke about something called as Sodexo and all. The answer is very simple, which they will not like, but it is not a matter of their liking, because whatever you and I are talking and conversing right now is for their betterment. The short, simple answer is, don't give them a pocket money of more than 1,000 per month. No, that is, ma'am, I told you I have spent 20 years only in education. आप मेरे साथ एक दिन आगे बैठो, आपको sir, what is this? We never thought. I said, you don't have to think, this has happened. Everything starts with money. Am I right? We are not against it. Oh, yes, a lot many. Sir, I would request you join our LinkedIn page. We have a very important factor of mindfulness, happiness, which is being conducted by one of our eminent professors, Mr. Pankaj Gupta. He does sessions on happiness, mindfulness, heartfulness, बहुत full है. So, there is no harm in eating a pizza once a week. But your parents are paying, yeah. They are paying 3 lakhs, fooding, lodging, laundry, everything, free Wi-Fi. क्या चाहिए? And our food, the mess is being managed by Sodexo, by the way. We don't have a local vendor. You will be going for the lunch, and the same lunch we all eat. If we are not bringing from our homes, we eat the same lunch. The menu is being decided by the student council week after week. I don't think so. We don't have it. Everything is open. If you want to meet the dean, you just have to write an email, ki, sir, I am so and so, can I seek an appointment? It's that open. Ma'am, I tell you, in 2016, when I was introducing my first batch of BBA, I carried this thing and I made a WhatsApp group. Please listen to me, this is very important. I had 120 students in my first batch of BBA. And I made a group, all 120, sometimes father, mother. Third day, there were so many good morning message, Jagran message. You cannot believe. Okay? And there is somebody who is doing some sort of a spiritual session. Koi guru aaye hain, unki photo dal di. Okay? And the whole purpose of that group was lost. And then, can you imagine? After 10 days, they started fighting. Seriously, they started fighting. One parent wrote, ki, sir, we would request you to keep this and you should refrain. This is, the different purpose is this. Again he did it. Hota na hamari aadat mein tick, 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 tick. So because of that, WhatsApp have limited it now, 5 people. You have to put efforts if you have to do it. If you will not say good morning to me, meri good morning nahi hoegi. So that wise, I was told this is creating nuisance. So sir, it's a very elongated menu. They get it on email, you will have it after 15 minutes. Okay, now, I think, last question. So you have induction plates, they have kept all those things, there are vending machines where they can have those things, but cooking dal, chawal, sabji and all, it is, Oh yes, they have Maggies and all, everything is there. There are, yes, you are coming to you will see.
Good afternoon,
I'll not reveal all the things. I at times feel we have spoiled you. You don't have to even wash your clothes here. When I was doing my MBA, Saturday and Sunday was for washing clothes. You just have to go to the laundry and say to the washex, this is my bag. But, that is not a luxury. We want you to utilize that time in your library. Connect with your professors. That's the main purpose of you being here in Jindal. Anything else?
Good afternoon, sir.
We have 2 questions, one by one. Yes, ma'am.
Some
Okay. Next, ma'am, you.
something on sports and recreational facilities here.
We have national level players who have played at nationals in many games. JGU is a fully residential campus. As I told, I just don't need bookworms. You really have to see. Did you show the Magnus video, Gaurav? Did you saw? Magnus is our sports fest, which has normally 1,500, 1,800 students coming from outside the university, from different colleges to participate. We pay a lot of emphasis on sports, yoga, and all those things. We are very soon coming up with a multi-purpose sports auditorium. Maybe by next year it will be done. Everything is there. But after your classes. Ma'am, your CAT question. So we started, as I told you, the first batch came in 2019, 20 COVID happened. We do have this thing in our mind that we will be inviting some renowned coaching institute. We will be giving them the infrastructure and the student can directly pay the fees and they can take services. It is already on our mind. Because now 20 and 21 were all closed, we have to do it now. We will be thinking, however, the students, the professors, I would say 80% of them are from IIMs. If they want to take advantage, they have maths professors. You don't need any Times or CL coaching person. To start, you can take help from them. Anything else? Okay, can I request my admission team to please come over here? I'll just introduce you once. Yeah, we will continue. I would request you all to come just once because they have been hearing your names. Thank you. Please come. Taran and Monica, you can also come. You handle the BCom program, but you are a part of my team. Please come. So I'll introduce my team to you. They are a very fantastic team. I am very proud because whatever vision and hard work I am doing to build this brand, they are the people who is supporting me in my idea. And they understand it because we all have been like you. So I'll start. She is Mini. You might have interacted with Mini. She is Mini. She is the culprit. Vibha, who sends out the offer letters and who send out the rejection mail. He is Agnish, Niyati, Gaurav. You can remember their faces. Akanksha, Simran, Monica, Taran, and Chinky. They are my team members from the business school and banking and finance team. You would be off and on receiving emails from them. Only one request, keep a check on your junk folders. Many a times the emails goes unnoticed, they are lying in your junk folder. Their mobile numbers, all of you have it. Okay? That's it. I think we have been able to have it as a meaningful session. However, we will now go for a campus round first. What is our plan? Hostel round? We will first go for the hostel round. You will come back. We will have lunch first and then academic block tour. I have planned after lunch. Okay? I'll be sending you in groups so that you just be with them so that we finish on time. Is it clear? I will be here. You all have my number. Many of you are already connected. All the students are directly connected with me on WhatsApp. Don't call me again and again. Just WhatsApp. You get a reply from me? Send me a WhatsApp. Okay? So, can I first, the females for the hostel. Can I request the female students to stand up? Oh, ma'am, you have a question. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, sir, are the class lectures recorded in case, a student has a doubt? Can he?
Ma'am, we human beings are so different. We always look for an easy option. The whole purpose of having a recording is different, but it is meant something different. This we saw during the COVID times.
Actually, the children have got used to that system in the school.
वो तो हमने बाहर निकालने का कर दिया इनको. हमारे तो आ चुके हैं, अब इनको लाना बाकी है. Any questions? No? Okay. So I would request all the females to rise first. Female students. So, Chinky, just count fast. You may please leave. Thank you for joining in, Sonam, Meenakshi and Sahana along with Mohan. Thank you. We will be meeting at 3:30 now again. Okay, so who all are taking? पहले hostel ही सबको ले जा लेता ना? Okay. So 5 girls at a time.
Yeah, 5 girls can go with Mini, along with their family, of course.
We will take you to the girls' hostel. The parents of these 5 girls. बेटा आप भी आ जाओ. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mini, you please take them. Take them for the hostel and bring them directly to the mess. Parents of all these girls, you can go with Mini and you will be with Mini only. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You please come out. Niyati. You be with ma'am. It's a big 100-acre campus. There are multiple events which are going on, so don't get confused. The girls who are with Niyati, just stay here. Let the first cohort go out first. Otherwise, it will be a blockage at the main gate. First set may leave out. In 2019, when the Swachh Bharat rankings came in, the Jindal University campus got the first award for the cleanest campuses of the country. You know, you will see many other things. If I keep on telling you about Jindal, night will come. There are so many things which have happened over here. So enjoy every part of this campus. You will see. There are, where is Abhishek, by the way? Okay, they have some MBA parents. Okay. We have, I think, close to, if I'm not mistaken, 10,000 trees in our campus. 10,000 trees. Shrubs, herbs. It's a beautiful campus. We have close to, I think, 650 cameras which are installed day and night everywhere. It's a 100-acre campus. It's a 100-acre home. You enjoy, you chill out, you relax. Dare not cross that boundary. Because if somebody does it, then there are penalties. Our students generally don't do it. They get a good environment. We make them such intelligent human beings that they understand what is right and wrong. Okay, so Niyati has taken them. Can I have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 girls can come over here. Beta, aap aa jao. Who's taking them? You please go, these 5 girls who are right now standing with me, the parents can go out first. The parents of these girls, these 5 girls who are moving now from my right hand side, only the parents of these girls will go out. You have lunch? What time?
5:30 is my flight.
Is it? Where are you coming from?
From Tamil Nadu.
Oh, you will not have lunch?
No, sir.
You would have told me. I would have.
Oh, sorry, sir. Really, I didn't. He said over 1 o'clock or 2
You
o'clock.
understand how questions are. It is very important.
I can do it.
But are you sure you don't want to have lunch?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay, nice meeting
Okay,
you.
sir. Thank
We
you, sir.
will stay connected.
Okay, sir. Fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Pleasure meeting you. Okay, so Akanksha, where is Akanksha? Akanksha, please take them. Yeah. All the best. Now, how many girls are left? 8. What happened? Not an issue, beta. Who's taking them? Simran. So, parents of all these remaining 8 girls, you may now proceed out. You stand outside and Simran will be taking you for the girls' hostel. Let the parents move out first, then you all 8 can go. The girls can stay here. Parents can move out first. Okay. Where is Simran gone? Better now you all can go. Now, the boys. Oh, it's the basic thing, ladies first. Because their hostel is on this side, your hostel is on that side. We keep you separate. Okay, so who's taking the boys' hostel now? Is बहुत हो जाएगा. हाँ हाँ बट सबको हॉस्टल ले जाना है. सबको hostel? Okay. So we will do one thing.
How many boys are here, sir?
These are all the boys here.
Let's just make a random, quick count.